Hey, 42 here. You may think you're getting a great deal, but you could actually be getting ripped off. Let's reveal the all-time top retail ripoffs of modern times. Can you remember how much you spent on popcorn the last time you visited the cinema? A small bucket of popcorn usually costs around $6 in the US, but you may be horrified to hear that small bucket of popcorn you just spent a $5 on only costs around 8 cents worth of popcorn kernels. It's not even justifiable, because when you take into consideration all the costs of overheads, including sugar, salt, cooking the popcorn, staff wages and renting the premises, the popcorn is still being sold at around a 1,275% markup. Even more shockingly, the box that the popcorn comes in usually costs the cinema more than the actual popcorn inside it. I'm sure, like all of us, you've been a victim of the great sales scandal. It's hard to resist when you are being sold the promise of an amazing saving on that new kitchen, or snapping up 2-for-1 deals in the supermarket. According to the law, a sale item only needs to have been offered at the older, higher price for 28 consecutive days within the previous 6 months. In retrospect of this incredibly flexible law, many companies will drastically increase the price of an item in a single store in a remote location where little of it is sold anyway, then 28 days later market the item as on sale at a seemingly unbeatable price across the entire nation, despite the fact that the new sale price is usually incredibly similar to what the item was being sold at before the sale anyway. A British shopping comparison site found that the 3 major kitchen retailers in the UK had all increased the price of their kitchens by up to 130% in the run-up to Christmas, just so that when they went on sale they could advertise a massive saving, when the sale price was actually just a few pence cheaper than what they were selling at only 2 months earlier. But supermarkets are the worst culprits of this rip-off. All those price slashes and savings you see in the supermarkets are rarely what they seem. I'm sorry ladies, but you're being ripped off on beauty products. Research shows that despite being virtually identical, except for the smell and packaging, on average women pay up to 75% more than men for the same products. A well-known razor brand was found to be selling pink versions of the exact same razor to women for $7, when the men's version was selling in the same store for $5.70. Similarly, women's shaving gel has been found selling at a price 70% more than the men's version for the exact same product. But it doesn't end there. Women are also being ripped off on a whole other level by the array of anti-aging creams on offer. Anti-aging creams are known for their significantly expensive price tags. Big pharmaceutical companies play on women's insecurities and emotions to sell to them what amounts to no more than a drastically overpriced moisturiser. And it works. The anti-aging business is worth millions. Adverts heavily use scientific sounding terms to sound authoritative and sell more, such as these emollients are specifically formulated with aqua and humectants, which, when translated from scientific nonsense, actually means these lotions and creams contain water and moisturisers. But the worst part is that dermatological studies have repeatedly shown that anti-aging creams straight up just don't do what they claim. And they definitely don't reverse the signs of aging, at least not permanently. When asked, most dermatologists agreed that around 95% of claims made by anti-aging products are complete nonsense. Sure, they will make you look younger in the short term because they contain moisturiser, which plumps up the skin, reducing the appearance of wrinkles. But any cheap moisturiser will do the exact same thing. However, once the moisturising effect wears off, your face will look exactly the same as before applying the product. But the worst part is, anti-aging creams can actually speed up the aging process. Our skin has a natural shedding cycle. Our cells will eventually fall away and reveal a new healthy cells underneath. Some anti-aging companies abuse this fact by adding active ingredients such as hydroxy acid to their products, which speeds up the shedding process, meaning the healthy skin underneath will come to the surface faster, making your skin appear to be smoother. But the use of these acids leaves the skin more vulnerable to the sun's harmful UV rays, resulting in increased skin damage. So, the use of anti-aging products in combination with exposure to the sun can actually speed up the aging process. When you buy over-the-counter painkillers, such as aspirin, ibuprofen, or paracetamol, which in the US is known as acetaminophen, do you choose the cheap, unbranded version or the more expensive and heavily marketed branded packet? I'm sorry to say, but you're paying a lot more for the exact same thing. In the UK, a box of 16 500mg paracetamol painkillers sells for just 19 pence. But the same number of tablets sold in a fancier branded packet costs £1.45. That's nearly 8 times more expensive. Despite the fact that both products contain the exact same amount of the active ingredient, there is absolutely no difference in the pain-killing power of both products. But it's not just paracetamol, and it's not just in the UK that this happens. Most branded pills are considerably more expensive all over the world than their identical unbranded counterparts. However, research has shown that solely thanks to the placebo effect, some people do find branded painkillers to be more effective. No, it's not your imagination. Your favourite chocolate bar is shrinking. Each year, big chocolate manufacturers shave grams off the size and weight of their chocolate bars. The idea is that if they reduce the size very slowly, consumers won't notice and will instead obliviously get used to the new size. When asked why their chocolate bars have shrunk over the years, manufacturers say it's because of increasing pressure from public health campaigns. But the problem is that the price you're paying remains exactly the same for less chocolate. In 2008, Snickers bars weighed 62.5 grams, but they now weigh in at 48 grams. However, the price remains exactly the same. Huge chocolate manufacturers such as Hershey's, Cadbury's, Nestle and Mars are all culprits of shrinking chocolate bars to increase profit margins. But it's not just chocolate. The amount of air put into crisp packets is also increasing, whilst the amount of crisps slowly decreases. Cereal manufacturers are also making their boxes skinnier so that they hold less cereal. Smartphone apps are pretty cheap, right? Not the I Am Rich app. This $1,000 app caused controversy in 2008 when it was sold on Apple's App Store for the highest possible selling price for an app, $999.99. It must have done something pretty special for that price, right? Well, not quite. All the app did was display a glowing red gem on your screen when you opened it. The app description even stated it was a work of art with no hidden function at all. It was only on sale for 24 hours before Apple pulled it from the store. Nevertheless, during those 24 hours, 8 people bought this app for a remarkable $999. Here's a remarkable fact for you. 70% of grocery purchases are unplanned. Do you ever find yourself going to the supermarket to buy a few ingredients and come out with bags full of strange products you don't even need? That's because supermarkets are intelligently designed to maximize the amount of money you spend. The most profitable products with the highest profit margins are placed at eye level on the shelves, whilst the cheaper products and the genuine bargains are placed on very low or very high shelves. Supermarkets also place the most expensive products, such as tempting electrical goods, at the start of the store, and the cheaper food goes towards the back of the store. So you have to walk through an array of tantalizing electrical goods before you pick up your groceries. Do you ever find yourself endlessly walking in circles around the supermarket looking for that one product that you've purchased before, and you thought you knew where it was located? You're not going crazy. It's because supermarkets frequently move products around so that shoppers have to traipse around the whole store looking for them, all the while passing hundreds of other tempting products which they may just throw in the trolley and unwittingly purchase. If you've ever bought wine at a restaurant, you will surely know how expensive it can be. And you may think you're getting a premium bottle of wine for your money, but you're not. The markup on wine in restaurants is insane. At most restaurants, the menu price for a bottle of wine is usually around a 200% markup compared to its store price. And buying wine by the glass is even worse. You will pay a 400% markup on a glass of wine at a restaurant. To make it even worse, the cheapest wines on the menu usually have the highest markups to make them seem like more expensive wines. Some restaurants allow you to bring your own alcohol. If so, you will save yourself a considerable amount on your bill. And finally is hotel minibars. It's become somewhat of a cliche. Don't touch the minibar, it will cost a fortune, but the fear is real. On average, beverages and snacks taken from hotel minibars cost around 4 times as much as what you will pay at the supermarket. One New York City hotel even charged a 1,300% markup for a bag of gummy bears. And to rub salt in the wound, today the charges are automatic. Modern minibars have detectors that record the items you remove and automatically bill it to your room. Hotel room movies also have ridiculous markups. You can rent a movie from online services at home for only a couple of dollars, but hotels routinely charge around $15 to rent the exact same movie in your hotel room. Thanks for the view, subscribe for more 42.